Good evening, Graham Rawlins with News Geelong this Friday evening, November the 30th, 2012. Geelong's waterfront will roar to the sound of classic cars once again along Ritchie Boulevard this weekend as the old-timers once again return to the seaside bitumen. Down around the surf coast, it pays to landscape your gardens correctly to protect as much as possible against summer bushfires. From the world of sport, Mitch Scoop Cleary will keep us posted on all that's happening in the world of Geelong sport, while weather-wise we'll give you the expected forecast for Geelong on the surf coast over the next 6 days. I swear never to commit, excuse or remain silent about violence against women. This is the oath in Australia's campaign to stop violence against women that saw the start of a month of action following a community breakfast at the Surf Coast Shire.
This is the Grand Pavilion on the Surf Coast Shire, and it's White Ribbon Day, a campaign led by men against violence against women. We've had a number of guest speakers here today at this community breakfast, which has really been well attended. The chief speaker on the morning was Tony Keenan, the Chief Executive Officer of Hanover Family Services.
Yes, well, I think a lot of Australians still don't know that the biggest cause of family homelessness is family violence. And if you look at the people staying at homeless services now in Australia, almost a quarter are there because of family violence.
So you're working with other organisations to try to reduce it. I suppose we'll never eliminate it.
No, we're hoping that we will go towards eliminating it, and everyone's working to try and solve this problem. It's the same as road accidents, as suicide. It's a serious social problem, causes immense harm, and it's something the whole community has to work to reduce or hopefully eliminate.
Well, if somebody right now viewing this is having a problem domestically with violence, what would you suggest they do? What's their first port of call?
Look, the first port of call should be the police or one of the local community services. If you contact your local government in the area, they'll be able to put you through to different services, but people should act. And the other thing is that neighbours, friends, family can't remain silent. It's really, really important that people speak out, that people let people know, and particularly that blokes stand up. If they know that their mate's committing family violence, if you're a true mate, you're going to intervene and you're going to tell your mate to pull his head in.
And White Ribbon Day, is this campaign starting to take effect, do you think?
Oh yes, this campaign's now having a huge effect. The fact that a local government, and not just this one, but many are having events right across the country, right across the world, it's now becoming a major event. People everywhere are taking the pledge not to stay silent, not to commit violence against women. And from our point of view, if we can reduce family violence, we're going to reduce homelessness in this country.
Domestic violence is an issue which in the past has not been taken seriously. We at the Shire are very keen to actually alert people to the prevalence of domestic violence and to also to stamp it out.
Well, you started the campaign a little while ago when those white flags were displayed in front of the Shire offices, more than 1,700 of them. A frightening figure because each one of those flags did represent violence against women or children.
Yes, in the Geelong region, the wider Geelong region. So it is an issue, but we have already recognised it at the Shire. We actually have introduced, first in the state, to bring in a clause into our enterprise agreement that allows people suffering from domestic violence to take leave. So we have acknowledged it, but there's much more work to be done.
Well, you must be pleased with the roll-up you've had to this community breakfast. I mean, it's early in the morning and people have to get on with their lives, but they've just stopped down for an hour or two to reflect on violence against women and children.
Yes, we have about 150 here today, and each of those people comes from various organisations and members of the community who have really stepped up to say, let's do something, take some action on this issue. So we hope that when we come again here next year, that we will see that we have made a difference and that we can move forward positively as a community.
At the Grant Pavilion Torquay on the Surf Coast, this is Ian Nichols for White Ribbon Day and News Geelong.
Thank you, Ian. Once upon a time, the people of Geelong enjoyed the roar of classic cars along the Ritchie Boulevard. This weekend will once again see the revival of these classic cars being included in a big weekend of entertainment for the people of Geelong. News Geelong spoke with Nick Heath about the big weekend.
The 1998 Geelong Speed Trials were the biggest yet, with fine weather and competition over 2 days, drawing a massive crowd to Eastern Beach and this great spectacle of motorsport. Ritchie Boulevard has been resurfaced and the area has been given a facelift. More than 250 cars and bikes came to compete, with many enthusiasts arriving in sports and classic cars as well.
We've got a huge weekend planned for you. We've got 270 cars racing along the beautiful Geelong waterfront right here. We've got over 500 classic and exotic and vintage cars on display. We've got music right over here with the Blues Train stage. We've got the kids zone right behind me. We've got 70 marketeers. As you keep going back, there's cars on display. There's an expo. It's just going to be a fantastic weekend for everyone. And I'd invite you to come along because I think it's going to be great. We've got something going on all day Saturday and all day Sunday. We've got our gala dinner Saturday night. It's just going to be a huge weekend's entertainment on the Geelong waterfront.
Nicholas, we well remember when we were teenagers coming down to the waterfront and watching the beloved classic car trials on Ritchie Boulevard. How long is it since we've had them?
Well, the old event, the Geelong Speed Trials, is unfortunately no more. We've got a new event. It's 9 years since the last Speed Trials existed on the waterfront. This new event is totally new. It brings sprints back to the waterfront. It brings the racing and the motor show, but it brings much more. So it's been almost a decade since we've seen this sort of action on the Geelong waterfront.
So it's not just for revveds, it's also for a great family day out in Geelong.
Yeah, look, I think families are really going to enjoy this event. In the past, events like these were based around the enthusiasts. This is a much broader spectrum we've got on here. I mean, we've got fashions on the field right behind me in this corner, Sunday morning, 11 a.m, and that's very unique. So we've modelled it on the Goodwood Revival Festival, and by doing that, we've got a much broader appeal. So if you've got families from young to old, there's going to be something for everyone.
And being a pre-Christmas event in Geelong, we expect good weather, and we can thank Just Cars for coming on board supporting it.
Oh, look, I think we've got a few people to thank there. City of Greater Geelong, obviously, for letting us put this event on. They've been fantastic. The Just Cars Group and the Just Cars magazines, well, them coming on early as a naming rights sponsor for the event, that made us valid. That gave us the green light, and it's really up to them that this event's back up and running again. I must say we've got 200 volunteers and 20 hard-working staff on the event. Plus, we've got 750 drivers and crew and owners coming along. So it's huge numbers of people put a great effort into this event.
Nicholas, you're obviously very, very enthusiastic about the event. How long have you been involved yourself in organising and leading the organisation to what is going to be a great weekend?
We started this process 3 years ago, believe it or not, and it's been a lot of hard work, but it's coming together beautifully now, and I'm just so proud of the team, and I'm amazed at the support we've got from the motorsports community and from the broader community, so I'm really looking forward to it.
And the Geelong waterfront being developed the way it has by the City of Greater Geelong, we could not show off an event as better than along the waterfront as it is.
Oh, look, this waterfront in front of me here, it's the jewel in Geelong's crown. It's just fantastic. You come down here on a day like today and it's just beautiful. If we get weather half this good, I'm glad you got faith in Geelong's weather because I'm not positive, but I think we're going to be all right. And as long as we get not too much rain, we're going to have a great day.
This is News Geelong on Friday as we go to a break and return with more after this.